Yeah. I guess that's it. We'll just start it there. Welcome to another episode of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. I, of course, am Ryan D.
And I am Steve Rogers.
That's right. And today, all the way on the other side of the world, we have a very special guest, Simone Springer. Thank you so much for coming on.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
This is awesome. This is the first time we've had an international guest.
Yeah, first international guest on the show.
And you went all the way to Australia.
I did. Well, thank you so much. So it's Friday morning over there right now, right?
Yeah, it's I think it's about 9 a.m.
Okay. It's about, you don't know what time it is?
I have no idea. I got up this morning at 5 a.m. and I've had an allergic reaction to something. So I had Benadryl. So this is a face of somebody that desperately wants to lay down.
Yeah. Benadryl always knocks me out.
Dude, I can't even go through a day with Benadryl.
Yes, we can't get Benadryl here. We can get Benadryl as cough medicine, but you can't get the antihistamines. So whenever I come to the States, I stock up.
Wait, why is that?
Yeah, we don't get Benadryl. We don't get the antihistamine Benadryl.
But do you have, obviously you guys have like other antihistamines.
Yeah, we have like Zyrtec and like a bunch of other ones, but we don't have Benadryl, and Benadryl's the bomb.
Yeah, it'll put you out.
It'll put you out. I'd rather be asleep allergic to something than have to be awake. So you have a morning radio show? What's that about?
Yeah, I'm on ABC Radio Perth, and I'm their like Friday morning comedian. So I join I join Barry Nichols, and we just talk about whatever, which is fun. And I try and be funny, I guess.
Yeah. No, it sounds like you do a lot. Like I was looking you up on socials like before we had you on. I know you do the morning radio show. You have your own like clothing company too as well, right?
Yeah. I used to own shops. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I still have one, which is just online, and it has like a warehouse open day. But I used to have 2 stores, a wholesale business. Yeah, I used to do like a lot of that stuff.
Was that still during stand-up or like before?
No, it was before stand-up, and there was a bit of crossover, but I sold one of them when I started doing stand-up, and then I closed the second shop because I could do all these out-of-town gigs and I got to go away. But while I was doing that, I'd have to employ casual staff, and I was like, it's not worth it anymore to pay someone to do that. And it didn't make sense. And I love comedy, so I needed that time. Yeah.
Well, it seems like you guys have still been pretty busy out there. You were telling me that like Perth hasn't even been affected by the whole COVID thing at all.
I know you guys are doing it wrong. No.
Oh yeah, no, we're doing everything
absolutely
wrong. Everything.
It's been so hard. Nothing. It's like they teased us a little bit, and then no one would follow the rules, and now we're back at
people
square
still
one.
aren't following the rules. Yeah. People still going out, still going to restaurants. Who wants to go eat Denny? I bring it up on the show every time I see it. I drive by Denny.
You're gonna die to go to Denny's. Come on.
The people are. I drive by these parking lots and they're all outside eating Denny's. I'm like, it's not that good. You're risking your life for Denny's and shitty pancakes.
Well, Steve and I have different views on Denny's, but
yeah. I really go to an actual diner. Denny's is for 3 a.m. after the bar.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, but
over
I'm not dying to Denny's.
I kind of view the whole COVID thing the same way that I view like gun control, because you know how like you guys are like, guns, people don't kill people, guns kill people. That's the wrong way around. I know.
Well, yeah,
right. But you're like, you don't want to get rid of guns. And if you look at countries like us, we don't have mass shootings because there's no guns.
Right.
And it's the same as COVID. So when they said they shut us down real early. So as soon as we had like half a dozen cases, they're like, right, That's it. Shut down. And everyone stayed home. The only place you could go was the supermarket or like essential workers. And even they had all these special things that had to happen. And so we got it under control straight away. And now we've gone back to normal. We only have 3 cases in our state, and they're just people coming back from overseas in quarantine hotels. So if you come back into WA, you have to fork out 2 weeks worth of hotel stay where it's guarded, you can't leave your room, and then they test you at the end of the 2 weeks.
Wow. We should just move on to Perth
know,
so we can actually live our lives.
It's been a real headache, which is why we've invested in this home studio here where we have these beautiful koalas.
Koalas, yeah.
This is all we can do. This is pretty much all
this
we
is
have.
All we can do. We could sit in a hot garage. It's like 100 degrees today. It's pretty bad.
It's winter here. I'm wearing a cardigan.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous. There's a fire. There's another fire. Go figure. In Los Angeles.
Not far.
It's pretty close by, actually.
But okay, so one thing happened right before we went on air. You want to talk to us about Vegemite, because I know about Vegemite. I don't know anything about Vegemite.
Yeah.
So love to hear about your mouth.
I had the option this morning of either putting makeup on and making myself look better than this, or eat breakfast, and I ate breakfast instead. So I have here, this is, I got 2 different Vegemites, and these are the health ones, because this one's 40% less salt, which means it's probably made of 60% salt. And this one's gluten-free.
Okay, so I didn't know Vegemite was salty. I was thinking like an unsweetened jam.
Oh, hell no. If you went to put this in your mouth thinking it's jam, you're going to have a real shock. So it is made, it's going to sound, I always think it just sounds like the grossest thing. It's made with brewer's yeast.
Okay.
And salt. And that's pretty much all it is. So it's like, yeast extract, salt, malt extract, and more salt, apparently. Can you put salt twice? They've got it twice. Mineral salt and regular salt.
Yeah.
Wait, so what's the texture of it? Is it like a jam or something? Or
hold on. I can't believe I'm going to do this. This is gross. Can you see?
Oh,
this?
yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's almost it's like a Nutella.
Yeah.
Nutella consistency, but it tastes nothing like Nutella.
So it's salty. So it's not good Nutella.
Salty black cake.
Yeah.
Even this is too much for me, and I'm Australian.
And that's what you had for breakfast?
Well, on toast with butter.
Okay. Huh.
So part of the problem is people do it wrong when they try it. They'll try a whole teaspoon, and it's like, dude, that is the worst thing.
Yeah. Okay, on toast that actually doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah.
I've been doing avocado toast.
When they decide that we're allowed to leave the country, I'll bring some over for you guys to try.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe next year when America can open back up.
Maybe. Man, I wish it was winter over here right now. This heat is getting a little too out of control.
Oh, I love summer in America.
When's the last time you were out here a few months ago? Well, you were out here earlier this year, no? January or December?
No, I was in February. I was in Adelaide doing Adelaide Fringe, but I was over in November, and I think I was there in June or July as well last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember we had just missed each other in November. You had an early flapper show and I had a late flapper show.
Crazy. Yeah. Flappers is fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. Wait, so how's the comedy scene in Perth?
We are very lucky in that a lot of people don't realize that Australia is almost the same size as the States.
Yeah.
So we're huge, but we only have I think it's 7. We've got states and territories.
Yeah.
Where I'm in Western Australia, which is my state is almost half the country. It's massive.
Yeah.
So we can fly up. It takes a few hours to fly from Perth, which is down the bottom, up to somewhere like Broome. And so at the morning, it's like winter here. It's maybe 10 to 15 degrees Celsius, which is cold. But up north, it's 30 and sunny. It's summer up north. Yeah. It's crazy, a crazy big state, but because it's so big and we've only got one city of comics to service like the whole of WA, we get to do a lot of regional gigs, so and mining gigs. So I got flown out just 2 weeks ago just to do one night at a mining town.
That's awesome.
I thought you said mining.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard it being pretty. I mean, not easy, but like there being a lot of opportunity out there.
For sure.
Out here, I'm from LA, and it's like it's so oversaturated. And that's why I start my own room. I started my own rooms and stuff because it was like I got so frustrated with the competition and not being able to get up in like the big cities. I was like, fuck it, where I grew up, I'll just start a few rooms so that way I can actually
get up when you want.
Yeah, exactly.
But guess what? I'm hosting again. Headlining me.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much how I did it. That's how I got I got any sort of credibility was through that, and then booking people that I knew were already working in the big clubs, having them do my shows. That's how I got.
Yeah. That's smart. But it is. I've noticed it. I think it's quite hard in the States to make decent money. Like I was on a couple of lineups and people were like, we get paid $25 a show. I was like, how can you live off that?
You don't. Yeah, you don't. You have a job.
You
have a real job.
I set myself up a little tour last year, basically just going up and down the coast, and that's how I made some decent money. It was just going out. I went down, San Diego, and then a few like outside spots of like San Diego. And then up north, I went to Sonoma County and all that stuff. And up in Sonoma County, it's nothing but just like rich white people and wineries and breweries. And they're just happy that you're there, and they'll pay anything. And it's so much fun, And most of it was on donation, and just on like the tips and donations I got from being up there from all these people. Like I was able to sustain myself for that entire trip and everything. It was fun.
Thank you, rich white people.
Yeah. Only it gets there's certain parts that become Trump's America pretty.
Oh yeah. You have to be careful with what you say.
What you say
and what you look like.
And what you look like.
Oh yeah.
How brown you are. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's funny about living out here in California. It's like the state is so big. Some certain parts are completely different places. You're like, Southern California. We grew up out here. We're so used to it, and we're so integrated and liberal and stuff. But like you go
20 miles east. No, we go 20 miles east. Like you
even east. Yeah, you go to San Bernardino County. Some parts there. Yeah, you're like, ugh. Yeah.
Not so liberal.
No. You get some stairs.
Yeah.
But so how many times have you come to say to do stand up? Like when is that?
You come back and forth pretty.
I've done 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Did you have like gigs booked already, or you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out and see what happens?
The first time I did that, I just did all open mic rooms, but then you get to know people.
Yeah.
So the next time I went, I was really well looked after. So I did get to do this last time I went. I got to do Hollywood Improv on the Maya show.
Yeah.
And I did the time before I did Madhouse Comedy Club in San Diego. I got to headline Cobb's on in San Francisco, which is it was for a show for Jimmy Earl called There Goes the Neighborhood. And I'm trying to think of the best ones to be like, I've done this club.
Yeah.
Check
my reel.
Yeah. And I did Punchlines in Sacramento.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I haven't even done Cobb's or Punchline, but it's weird though. It's weird because if you say you're from LA, like they're like, yeah, so is everybody. Like, you know what I mean? It makes it even harder to get into some clubs because you're like, oh yeah, I'm a comic from LA. They're like, yeah, so is the rest of the fucking world. Like, good luck, dude.
Yeah, totally. I think being from Australia and saying, hey, I've only got this like 2 or 3 weeks time.
Right.
Yeah. Wherever.
They kind of give you a priority because you have that limited time, but also you're more of a, you're different. So it's not like, they're not going to get some same guy from San Francisco or LA, like you're international. So I feel like that gives you priority.
And not just that, it's not very often, I think, well, it's not here. And from my experience in the States, there's not a very high percentage of female comics. So
Very
if
true.
you can get one that makes people laugh, you're like, yep,
yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
Diversity.
I was about to say there's not very many funny comics. I know I sound like very misogynistic when I say that, but there are a lot in LA, but there are a lot that aren't that good, and I'm being completely honest. It's just
I've seen some.
Sometimes people aren't funny.
It's just okay. Look, there's a lot of guys who do it too that are fucking terrible that shouldn't be doing it either. So,
totally.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people who want to be actors and they see stand up as a way to be seen, and it's like, you still got to be funny. Like,
yeah.
I'll just go to the store and then I'll
just talk about going. So anyway, I was like doing my hair and like it was amazing, and you're like, what are you even saying? Punchlines.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell this story all the time. I was at the I was doing a show at the Comedy Store. It was early on. It was like a bringer show, and I was in the green room, and I'm in there and I'm talking to all the guys and girls that are on the show, and I don't really know them, so I'm like asking, and you know how it is when you sit in the green room. Usually, it's like prison time. You always ask how long somebody's been in, and and when they started and stuff, and I'm talking to these people, and they're like, oh, I started in like Minnesota, and then when I moved over here to be an actor, I finally decided maybe that I should start doing stand-up again. And then every single one of them had a different story on how they stopped, and came to LA to be an actor. And then I was sitting there and I'm like, oh, cool. So I'm the only comic on the show.
Oh, yeah. You're like, I just got a whole lot funnier.
Yeah.
Following you guys.
Blew up my ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun.
That's good. Yeah. They do that I love going to the Comedy Store when I'm over. It's great.
I honestly don't like it that much.
Wash your mouth out.
You don't like it because you don't like the game you got to play.
Yeah.
And networking and talking to people.
Well, it's very cliquey, and I'm not like I'm not much of a. I guess I'm a social person to an extent, but like I like going and hanging out with the people I know. And I don't like going and having to kiss ass and it's like the desperation of all the people around is really disgusting. And it's like, it's just a vibe I don't like.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I love the Ice House and like the Improv. The Improv's got a whole different vibe too. And it's like, the store to me just smells of desperation and I don't like it. And like at least at the Ice House, I can sit there and I can hang out and I feel at home because that's like my home club. That's where I started. And that's like, and like that's where I've been going since I was a kid, so I like hanging out at that club and the Improv more than I like the store. So
yeah, the Improv for me, when I've done that a couple of times in the little room, the
belly room, the one upstairs, the belly room.
No, it was the smaller one downstairs.
I don't know, I've never been to the store.
Oh, the small one in the hallway.
No. With the one in
there's
Hollywood,
there's the original room, the main room, and the belly room, and then there's like another one in the hall.
Oh, I'm talking about the Improv. Sorry.
Oh, the Improv. Oh, you're talking about the lab.
The lab, yes,
yeah.
The lab. So I did that a couple of times, and the first time when I went to do it, the guy who was booking the Maya show said, "Oh, I'll introduce you to the guy at the bar. He's from Melbourne too, and he'll set you up with drinks." And I was like, "Cool. Nice to meet you." And he goes, so you're going to do this room, are you? It's pretty tough. And I was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
and he goes, I've seen, what he said to me, I've seen the best comics in the world bomb on that stage.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no, thanks.
Like, talk about getting in your head. I was like,
Well, you know what though? That happens because that room is a workout room. So a lot of the big comics go there to just work out, and that's why they eat shit. They're working out new material. But I've also seen comics there. I mean, big guys do great with brand new shit too. It's one of those. It's fun to watch because it's crazy because like you see like I was. What's his Joe Coy. I was on the show with Joe. Like, I wasn't really on the show, or no, he wasn't really on the show. He dropped in and he was like, "Oh, I'm working out this new bit or whatever." And he like popped in and was like, "This is all new shit," and he went up and just fucking destroyed. And it was like, God damn it, dude! Like only the pros can hit that hard, that simple. You know? Like,
that's why
make it look bad.
Make it look that easy. You know, it was like, God damn.
There's people here like that too. I love how you watch people do things different ways. Some people, you know, I call it a shit sandwich. You know, when you want to try new stuff, so you make sure you've got some of your tight stuff first, do your new stuff, and make sure you finish on something you know is going to work.
That seems to be.
But there's a lot of people who are just like, look, I have heaps to do. I've only got a 10-minute spot. I'm doing a new 10, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
So much just to remember. Like,
yeah, a new 10.
But yeah, I'll keep doing my shit sandwiches.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do whatever works. I mean, that's the shit sandwich, you know, analogy sounds like the smart way to do it, you know?
I've heard that seems to be the consensus. That's usually how I do it. If I got some new stuff, I'll throw it in the middle.
Yeah.
Add a tag. Got
it. Yeah. So there's a few things I wanted to talk about since we had you on. First of all, I wanted to talk about what your takes on Ellen are. Have you been following the news on that at all?
Yeah, it's hard not to. It's
right. Yeah.
News over here, and I actually got to see her down in San Diego when it was the first show she'd done in 15 years.
When she was getting ready for the special.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So I got to see that, and I thought it was like watching Oprah do comedy. You know, like it's like how clean can we get? Yeah. With her, I don't think you can be cancelled for being mean. Like, how many?
No. Yeah.
I guess it's because her persona is like this super friendly, like amazing person, and sometimes she's not that friendly. Like,
not friendly at all to her staff.
Yeah,
but I mean, at the same time, she's Ellen. Because I'd been hearing these stories about Ellen for years, like on Reddit. So
did I, but like I didn't really, I was like, whatever, everyone has a bad day, you know. But like after all, but now it's like 38 people have said something.
Pretty much like all of her writers used to write for her and things like that. And it's just like, yeah, but you're right, Simone. Like you shouldn't get canceled for being an asshole. Like you're Ellen, you're the lead of the show. You write the fucking jokes. I'll go out there and like get the people dancing and do my thing.
Yeah. And there are people like someone like say David Letterman, who he was renowned for being mean, right? But also funny. Like while he was
wasn't he also like fucking some of the staff?
Yeah.
Something like that. Letterman. Yeah.
He's fucking a lot of the
stuff. I think he impregnated an intern or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then he had to like
apologize
on air about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's tall poppy syndrome. Do you guys have that term?
No.
So in Australia, we have this term called tall poppy syndrome. Whoever rises the highest, we want to clip them down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it feels a little bit like that, where she's risen so high that people just they want to take her down. And if somebody's mean to you, you're like, I want to end her.
Yeah. But I think also at the same time, like people came after Ellen because she was all the whole be kind thing and like she's supposed to be happy, kind Ellen. But like I remember hearing stories like about like Steve Harvey. He had the show like right before Ellen. I mean, time-wise, he was her lead-in. And yeah, there were stories about him where he would tell the staff, like, don't look him in the eyes, like, just leave him alone, like, don't talk to him at all. So it's like a thing that happens. But I think Ellen just got the shit side of it because, you know, the whole be kind thing. And she's a woman.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
it is what you're saying, like, exactly what you were saying, too. It's this weird culture right now of, like, just trying to dig up any dirt to just take anybody down. And I don't agree with it. But I mean, even we were talking about it early on about like football players getting fired and getting like thrown off the team or whatever, like over some, you know, either legal issues or, I mean, even like
the only one they're getting kicked off the team for is like domestic abuse.
That's
it.
What, and like
other ones.
And like, look, obviously, I'm not.
You should be able to beat the shit out of your wife and keep your job. Like, why is that a bad thing?
That's my personal life.
She shouldn't have dropped the meatloaf.
Look, that's all I'm saying. Look, I mean, tuna casserole one more time. I swear to God.
Straight to the moon. Yeah.
To the moon.
I told her not to talk about my mom, but it's just,
I feel like that's fair enough because people idolize football players. Like they love them. So if you know that they've like, that's assault. If they've assaulted somebody, that's different, because that's an actual criminal charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Telling somebody they're shit at their job is not criminal.
No.
Yeah,
No.
you're right. That's different.
Yeah.
But my point was,
So anyway, do you guys want me to run your country or?
We'll love it. I mean,
we need some guidance right now.
We could go to shows. We wouldn't be sitting around here doing nothing.
We definitely need some guidance.
Yeah.
Everyone's going crazy. No, yeah. My point was, I don't like people getting taken down for things that either happened in the past,
things that happened in the past,
or things that aren't related to actually what isn't what their job.
No, not only things happening in the past, but things that happened in the past that were at the time were just culturally okay with.
Right.
Like that something that everybody was doing.
Blackface though.
Blackface different. That's a little different.
The Canadian president, prime minister.
Oh, Justin Trudeau.
When he did it, I was like, nobody's perfect.
Yeah. But it's just like
yeah, but like, okay, but with that though, again, we talk about like Tropic Thunder all the time because that was executed so gracefully, but no one sees the context. They just see the act. You know, they don't. So they want to take down Robert Downey Jr. for doing this thing and agreeing to do it when they probably haven't even seen the movie and realize that the entire point of that it was this satirical.
That it's terrible.
Yes.
Yeah. That it's wrong. It's like a takedown of these like overbearing method actors.
Right.
But no, they just see the punch and not the build up.
Right.
And not like fucking everyone needs to be
not
fired.
Taking the time to actually see what the joke is, which I think is important. I know it doesn't. I mean, not everyone's going to do it, obviously, and it's just so irritating to me that people just they just jump to any sort of conclusion.
Or how about this? I didn't like that, so I'm just not going to watch it again. I'm No, I'm not going to watch it if he does again. That's it.
Yeah.
We need to remember that there was a time where if you called somebody an ass licker, that was offensive. Now it's like, do you even eat ass though? Times have changed.
Yeah. We've had that debate on this show many a times.
I feel like I'm being attacked right now.
Speaking of eating ass, Simone.
Okay.
No. It was a good segue. It was a good segue.
Great segue.
Good
segue. That anal bleaching, guys.
Because no, not anal bleaching. No, because Simone, you work morning radio, so I was going to ask you what the response has been to that new like Cardi B makes the Stallion song.
Okay.
WAP. Has there been like an uproar in Australia about that?
My ABC radio. Most of the people who listen in are over the age of 50.
Oh,
so it was really funny because my friends, a lot of people don't listen to ABC Talkback, and I had to do this gig once on like a festival day, and it was just all old people. It was for a fundraiser for cycling, like guys cycling, and they were raising money for men's mental health. So I got seated at this table because I was paid to do comedy, and there were 10 guys, and they were all over the age of 50. And as soon as I said, "Hi, my name's Simone," one of them went, "You do ABC radio?" And then someone went, "I know that voice. You're Simone Springer. You're a Friday morning comic." And I was like, "Oh my God, this is my demographic."
That's what those things. I mean, those kind of gigs do to you sometimes. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that much about it, but I feel like some people that could be. I mean, that could be great, or it could be bad.
It was a tough gig. Even though they were drinking, it was it's just a big room of rich white men, and I'm like, so how about dating? I should have been. No, I don't say that. But fucking rich white guys, am I right? Like,
I had a gig like that. I had to do a boating. It was a yacht club, and I walked an entire table.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I've got to say that I did only a couple of weeks ago. I did a gig for a private school, which was at a yacht club. And they were not very, let's say, responsive to the first couple of acts. And I went out, and I've never I've never sworn so much in one set in my life, but I felt like these bitches are gonna pay attention. They were all women, and I was like, all right, fuckers, let's go. And they shut up and they listened, and it ended up being great. We had this part of the show where all of them had to before the show, they could write down their confessions as a mum. What's the wildest thing you've ever done as a parent? And to kind of be like, hey, we're all
for the private school?
Pardon?
Wait, for the private school?
For the show.
For the private school, yeah. And so a Catholic private school.
Wait, hold on. Okay.
This is where we're confused because you're saying that their parents.
They
wrote these down.
Parents, yeah. I was like, hey, fuckers, to like 5-year-olds.
Oh, wait, the kids were there.
No.
Just for the parents. Yeah. Okay. So I
thought you were doing it with the students.
I figured that much. So the parents had to write down confessions, and then you guys had to read them.
Yeah, we read them. But what I did is for the last one, I slipped in because I'm a troublemaker sometimes. I slipped in one and I said, I slept with one of the women on my table's husband. And the whole room went deathly silent. And then I go, I'm just kidding. I made that one up, but all of you are fucking staring at each other now. You don't really know.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah, so it's that thing where you do it. I do it because I love hearing like comedy, because I love making people laugh, and I love all that stuff. But occasionally, when people seem to have like a stick up their butt, sometimes I do shit for me. So
you got to.
Yeah, well, so you brought up being a mom. How's that been for your comedy, and has it been detrimental or even what's the word?
Beneficial?
Beneficial. Jesus Christ. Yeah, beneficial or detrimental to your comedy.
Well, I didn't actually start comedy until I was a mum. So it's only been I'm not even 4 years in. So thinking about how much I've done, like that's a lot. And so that I was already a mum, and I was already a single mum. So it was when I got divorced that I don't know, something I think inherently changes. And I don't think I would be a comic if I wasn't a mum, because I had that element of who cares all of a sudden. And I never had that before. It was always like, I guess you want to be the nice person, and you want to do all the good things. And then I don't know, something did change. Like I did. I was watching heaps of stand-up at the time. Louis C.K. actually, I was watching a lot of him.
Oh yeah.
And listening to, I would listen to comedy to go to sleep, because I was living alone then. Like it was just kind of like a thing. So you go to bed laughing. You're in a good mood when you go to sleep. And at some point, I just brainwashed myself into thinking I could do it. And it turns out it's way harder than what I thought it was going to be at the start, but so fun. And once you get started, you're addicted. But it is a juggling act, particularly with the out of town gigs. But my ex is fairly good with having them when I've got stuff to do. So we just make it work. Yeah.
Did you guys? So you guys are pretty civil about the kids now. Like, is it easy to work around?
Like, I mean, he's not an angel, or I wouldn't be with him.
Right.
But everything, I will appreciate the times that he helps me out. I still have them most of the time. I have them like 5 nights a week. Yeah. But I'll pick up if I'm not going away, then I'll get like a babysitter or whatever. And he'll even, if I've got an early show like 6:30, he'll have them just for a couple of hours. So I just feel like I will be thankful for what I do have. Yeah. And we've never fought in front of the kids. Like we only talk SMS, and that's it. And it's all about the kids. And even if he says to me, hey, I'm going away, I won't be like, where are you going? It's just like, have fun. All right, he's not here for this time. I'll sort something for that. Yeah. So we're pretty good.
It's good. It's
cool.
a sure thing to do.
Yeah,
I wish my parents did that.
Don't we all?
I'm so sorry. But so Cardi B song, you did ask me, and I basically said, look, we don't have any cool music on that station.
Yeah. No, I was just seeing like all the the replies from like guys like online and just how blown out of proportion this whole thing is. And I just think it's hilarious.
What the song?
Bro, like the song's like sexual, but it's not even that bad. But like just a response from like some,
What's
it's very small dick energy.
It's called Wet Ass Pussy is the name of the song.
Yeah,
right?
that's the name of the song. You know? But guys
are complaining about
guys
that?
are complaining
Come
like
on.
this is disgusting.
I
This
never
is
had no wet
gross.
pussy.
Yeah, like think about the kids. I'm like, ooh, this song obviously isn't for kids. Like, and if your kids are listening to it, you mean, you know, maybe you're doing a bad job as a parent.
That's the same argument of like you just said. You just said if you don't like it, don't listen to it.
Yeah, turn
right?
the fuck off. All these dudes are like putting out all these tweets and like these blogs. Like, yo, shut the fuck up.
There's so many songs. You think back, there's like you know, she was just 17.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if you know rap, Simone, but like Too Short, like bust left nut, right nut in her jaw. What is that Nate Dogg? What is that Nate Dogg song that everybody sings when it comes on, like in any bar or club, and they turn the music off, everyone sings the line, "Ain't she even lick my balls?"
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many like songs with men like sexualizing.
My neck, my back.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
But like Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion start talking about wet pussy, and then all of a sudden like the world's falling apart.
The sweat dropped down the balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the one,
right.
Yeah, small dick
about
energy.
A wet pussy. Yeah.
How many songs do I know straight off the bat that are the worst lyrics?
Exactly.
Right.
That's the point. That's the point.
You know
There's nothing wrong with that. But like, yeah, they flip it and women do it, and it's a problem now.
Think about the children.
Yeah, I don't want my little girl to listen to this music and think it's okay. Well, stay in her life then, and then talk to her. Maybe take her out for some ice cream.
Yeah, maybe
be a good dad.
Maybe communicate a little bit.
Yeah. But
yeah, just don't put on those songs. I'll occasionally play a song and my kids, it'll have like a swear word in it, and my kids are like, "Mummy, it said a bad word," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll turn that off for you." Like they're so precious.
That is, yeah.
The oldest is 10, and he's still like, "It said a bad word. I don't like it."
Really? Yeah. Hold on to that. That's awesome.
I always thought Australians were just like foul mouth all the time, though.
Oh, we are. Yeah. We definitely are. But not around my kids. So when I go do stand up, I'll talk about dick pics. I call my ex a cunt. Like, even though we're good, he's heard that joke. He likes it. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah. But I won't say that around my kids.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you worry about like your kids maybe like stumbling across like your stand up? How are you gonna like? This kind of, I don't know. How do you think about like introducing your kids into like what mommy does?
Right.
Okay. So there is a story. I went to do a show one night and my babysitter cancelled at the last minute. I've taken them to a few shows and they've sat in green rooms before. Yeah. Because I've messaged the person running it and said, "Look, this has happened. I can pull out, or is there any way I can bring them?" And they always say, "Oh, just bring them, no problem." Yeah. And I'll literally go in, do my spot, and get them the hell out. But there was once, and it was my mates, Cameron McLaren and Daniel Delby. They're like two dudes. They were running that room, and they were like, "Yeah, no problem. We'll watch your kids while you're on. We'll take them outside." And I was like, "Cool," because I don't want them to hear what I'm saying. They took them outside of this bar, and when I finished my set and walked off, my oldest was like looked at me like he hated me. He was so mad. And Daniel looked at me and he goes, "I'm so sorry. The speakers were outside."
Oh no. Wow.
So even though I was inside, the sound was piped outside, and they didn't realize that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And they heard everything. My opener is "Motherhood's a lot like riding a bike. I can't be fucked doing either." And then it's like, any of you don't want to have children, I feel genuinely sorry for you, because you never understand of the joy of loving a child and getting to leave them to go on holidays. It's fucking mint.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you explain that it was just jokes and it's not, you know?
Yeah. So I said to them, if I got up on stage and I said, "Oh, I love my kids, they're so great, is that funny?" And he's like, "No." And I said, "But did everyone laugh when I said that I didn't?" And he's like, "Yes." And I said, "It's like you saying to your friends, 'Hey, I pooped my pants.'" And he started laughing at that.
Yeah.
Like his humor. "Hey, I pooped my pants."
Yeah.
And and I said, but did you actually poop your pants or are you just doing it for a laugh? And he goes, just doing it for a laugh. And then he said, Mummy, you said a lot of bad words. And I said, I know, but I don't usually say them, do I? I only say that because it's the same thing. It's the same as talking about farts and poop. Your friends think the dirty things are funny. It's the same when you get older.
Yeah.
So, and now he's fine with it. He gets it.
It's true. Yeah,
and they've got to do some videos with me. There's this massive screen in the middle of the city, and my motherhood mates, we got to do 2 short films so far, and we're contracted to do another 5, and they got to be part of that. So me being a comedian, they get to see themselves, you know, like doing funny stuff. They threw shit in my face, like you know.
That's cool. Yeah, you did. You do these like mom shows. What are they? What did you call? I can't remember what you called the.
It's called the Motherhood Comedy. The group, and we have 3 shows. There's Surviving the Circus, Jamumji, Welcome to the Jungle, because we call it Mom, not Mom. And the last one is Mum's Gone Wild.
Very cool.
Where can we watch these?
Well, we have to be in the same room.
It's a live show.
Yeah, so we do live shows.
Because you mentioned shorts earlier, so I thought they were shorts.
Yeah, I thought you.
We've got short films as well. I can send you one of them. No problem.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be great. I'd love to check it out.
Yeah, it's just and the first one we did was promoting WA, Western Australia, where we are. So we're basically 4 very different. We're all from the same state, but we all live very different lives. So we did this little comedy thing about, you know, Pony, she lives in the outback basically, and she's like, welcome to my backyard, and then I do it, welcome to my backyard, and it's tiny because there's a tiny courtyard because I live in the city. And then it goes to Emma. She's like, I live in Midland, so this is my backyard, and it scrolls up to Centrelink, which is like a welfare office because it's not the nicest area. So she's like, this is my backyard. So yeah, it's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So there's a couple other things we had on topic to talk about. So you know, Kanye West is back at it again. So
Kanye's like crazy, like not well, right?
Yeah.
He's very ill.
He needs to be on meds. He needs to see a therapist.
But he's surrounded by yes men, so they're just they're milking their cash cow.
Yeah. Any idea he says, they just go along with it.
Is him and Kim still together? Because I read a thing that they maybe weren't going to be, or
honestly, I don't know. I don't
know. Supposedly,
give a fuck enough to.
We're gonna talk about it, but I don't care.
Supposedly they had they tried to have him committed or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, he's huge in the fashion industry out here. But since he's completely insane, we have some prototypes. Are these
no, these are out.
These are the actual fucking
I think pretty sure these are actual things that are out.
Okay. All right. So brace yourself. These are some photos of the new shoe, the new Yeezys coming out. So here we go. There's a pair.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That is ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah. It's It's like
those
melted dildo.
They're like butter clogs. That's
that's weird.
Yeah.
It just looks like a condom that's sitting at the
They're on their side right now.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
But
you can see there. Yeah.
Is this still with Reebok?
No, it's with Adidas.
Adidas, I mean,
yeah.
So this is still Adidas.
Yeah.
What in the fuck?
Yeah, it's
it looks like they just found some random like foam samples and just sliced them up and said, here's a new shoe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It looks like, have you ever seen those like memes about like a sausage cutter? Where like it's like, this is what you do if your husband shoots on you.
Right.
Yeah. That's happened to those shoes.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you ruin those shoes though if you were that like crazy ex-girlfriend? I'm gonna cut his shoes up. There's no laces. They're already all cut up.
Could you imagine walking in mud or like dog poo trying to get it out of all those grooves?
Step in dog shit.
God.
That would be the worst.
Then you just own dog shit shoes after that.
No, you just throw them away. They're done.
Okay. So all right. I'm gonna bring up another one right now. Give me a second.
These are his sandals. call them slides out here.
Fine.
Yeah.
These look like Abuela's chocolate.
No,
It's Crocs.
they kind of look like Crocs, but they look like Barbie's sandals. Like, they look like toy shoes, like for your action figure. And
Yeah.
And again, all those grooves. That is not good
right.
for dog food. That is not outdoor wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I stepped in cat shit once in just some regular ass shoes that got all in the grooves, and I wanted to throw them away.
Oh, the worst is wearing a pair of Vans with that fucking that waffle pattern at the bottom. You get dog shit in those, it's over.
It's all over.
No,
What are they made out of? Because it looks really shiny, like it's rubber or plastic or something.
They look like they're made out of rubber. I've never seen them or touched them in person, and I don't plan on it. But also these are these slides are $220.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fuck you.
Look, you can either get those shoes or get a new kidney, one or the other.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's just, but like, yeah, he's surrounded by yes men. Only crazy man put these
How are
out.
they letting him? And the fucked up thing is people are gonna buy them.
Oh yeah, people have already bought them.
Yeah.
People have already bought them. People are
right.
already reselling them.
People have like no shame.
No, it's just Kanye. It's easy, so they have to have them and sell them. Like, bro, those are ugly as shit.
Okay, we got a comment. Hello. Hello there.
Hey.
River Low.
Oh man.
Oh Jesus Christ.
It's just how much longer before he's finally like committed and like sits down? Because it's clear to everyone. But people just let him continue to do what he's going to do. It's very strange.
I know, and that whole
the presidential
that rally that he did was just was sad to watch.
Yeah,
it was like
he was having a manic episode.
What did he say?
I almost killed my daughter.
He said that, but then remember the chick's like, okay, we're leaving.
Oh yeah, Harriet Tubman didn't actually free the slaves. He just took the slaves to work for other white people. She's like, all right, we're leaving.
What?
Yeah, Kanye said that like at a rally.
Said that at a rally in like West Virginia or something.
Yeah.
I did hear the abortion stuff. I knew that he
and
I was like, no, you don't say that.
I almost killed my daughter.
Yeah, like Kanye.
Not even I would joke about that with my kids. You know,
they're joking.
Like, even if it's true for both of them.
Yeah. Look, when they get older, they'll know. They get so pregnant. That's the first thing you think, like, oh shit, I should get taken care of.
My mom recently told me I was a mistake, but I was like, I knew that my whole life, but like, you didn't have to fucking tell me.
Yeah. You can't do that.
Because we were talking about somebody who was still pregnant, who was on the pill, and I was like, how about just like, I didn't know that she was on the pill, so I was like, why are you still letting that happen?
Yeah.
If you know what the stakes are, something like that. And she was like, well, she's on the pill and it still happened. She's like, that's what happened to you. And I was like,
do you know what? That's the same as my sister, and my sister knows that as well.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They went away, and I think with the time difference, and she missed a pill, and bam,
that's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, I kind of knew that, but you didn't have to tell me.
Yeah.
You're like, you were actively trying to prevent me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
It wasn't just like a drunken mistake and some heat of the moment. It was like, I'm trying really hard
for this not to happen.
Like, Mom, I don't want to hear you to complain when I don't answer your phone calls moving forward.
Right.
You didn't even want me.
That's right. You didn't even want me around originally. I wasn't planned. No one was planned, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real. Both our parents were young when they had us.
Yeah.
I planned both of my children.
You fucking liar.
I did. They were well planned. But it was because we were trying. This happened with both of them. I stopped drinking but when we were trying, because you wanted everything to go well.
Yeah.
And for both of them, I was sick of not drinking. And I thought, one of them, it was on Halloween, I found out. And I was like, right, I'm just going to do a test today. If it comes back negative, fuck it. I'm having a big night tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the test and I was like, fuck. Well, I guess I'm not. And we had people, like a party at our house, and I couldn't drink. I was like, this sucks. And the same thing happened with the second. So a couple of our friends were over, And they knew that we were trying. Not many people did know for the second. And the same thing. She goes, come on, you may as well have a drink. And I was like, all right, I'll get a test just in case. So they were here with us in the kitchen. And they're like, literally, they'd already started drinking. They're like, so do you get to have a drink? And I was like, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
So my ex-husband found out the same time as our friends. And everyone was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
So, no shots.
Yeah, so I'll just have like 4 or 5
one shot.
Yeah. What about white wine? You can have at least one white wine, right?
Just a spritzer.
Just no cocaine tonight. That's all.
Yeah, no coke, no coke. No hard drugs. Maybe a tiny bit of heroin, but nothing else. Yeah.
Gonna help you go to sleep.
That'll be all right.
You know?
Yeah.
You're gonna vomit anyway. All right, so I have a clip of a guy at his job, and I wanted to. We've been getting into like playing some clips on the show, and then breaking them down and getting into, what's actually going on. And this one went viral. I was all over the place, but all the captions were always like, "Oh, someone's gonna lose their job," or "This guy, this guy's totally fired." But anyway, we'll just show you the clip, and then we'll get into it.
Cool.
So is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go.
Do it, Chris.
Oh shit, Chris! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Do it, Chris.
One more time.
Oh shit, Chris! Oh
Party
shit!
foul.
Oh shit!
Is it milk?
It's beer. It's beer.
Oh, it's beer. Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah.
It's like saying don't cry over spilt milk. Cry over that many beers.
Yeah, it's all beer. But to be fair, it was only a Tecate Light, so it should.
Still doesn't matter, man. I remember. Oh God, I remember once we made someone like dropped a beer, or like when I was in a fraternity in college, and he dropped a beer in front of everybody, and we made him snort it.
Dude, this
like fucking
the
snort
stories I hear about this guy's fraternity. I'm like, you guys should be in jail.
Yeah, we should have been in jail. Well, it was a small town in the middle of middle America, small school, small town. We got away with everything. But I forget a lot of the stories.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I forget a lot of the stories, and so like things come up. I'm like, oh shit, I remember that crazy story, that thing I've done. And I'll tell Ryan, and he's like, who the fuck were you? Like, I don't know this person. I'm like, I'm not.
You'd be in jail for killing a prostitute, like a sex worker or whatever.
No, we didn't have any of those out there, but I should be in jail for arson because that we accidentally set a van on fire on the 4th of July and ran, and then just told them it was an accident. And they're like, okay, it was an accident, and then let us go.
They tried to.
So lucky.
Yeah, we ran, and then like they came to the house, and there were only a couple guys there, and they knew we did it, and they're like, "Oh, they're looking for us because they're going to charge us with arson." And then one of the guys in the house, his dad was like the editor of the small town paper, and so we called him, and then he just called the cop and told him like, "Hey, it was an accident. It was my kid," and they were just like, "Okay, it was an accident." Just like, all right, we're good now. That's all it took.
Oh my God, it's almost like the mafia, but like
small town. Yeah, it was weird. Like I look back at some of those things when those stories pop up in my head. I'm like, God damn it.
He told me this story about how they had a bunch of roadkill that they took to the local sorority and threw it all over their front yard. And
oh my God.
And when he told me this story, I nearly died. I was like, I almost broke a rib laughing so fucking hard.
Well, it wasn't like it was my idea. And it's not like I did it. I went along to do it, and then they took the tarp off with all these dead animals, and I almost threw up all over myself. It was so gross. So
he's like, look, I only fucked a skunk. That's all. I was not a party to throwing anything on a lawn.
Right.
I was just sitting in the truck when things happened.
You guys are taking this too far.
Yeah. But yeah. So we made a guy snort a beer. He dropped on the ground.
I remember one time it was raining, and there was a table outside of my friend's house that like kind of got wet, and that's where I put this case of like 24 beers, and we ended up not opening that pack at all because we had beer in the fridge already and tequila, so we like drank tequila all night, didn't even touch the beer, and then the next morning I'm fucking yakking my brains out from tequila, And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go home. I'm just gonna take these beers, and I picked it up, and the whole fucking bottom fell out in the living room.
No.
Oh, in the living room.
In the living, so it was outside. I picked it up, walked through the house,
and then it fell in the living room.
And then the bottom fell out, and like all the beers exploded in the living room. And then I was like so hungover, and I had to clean it up in his living room. Just
oh no,
fucking worse. Yeah, that happened. There's nothing worse than the bottom falling out of a case of beer. There's like
bottom falling out of anything.
Yeah, that was the worst.
That's a lot of cleanup.
Yeah. What kind of shitty jobs did you have before you got to where you're at right now? That's kind of what I wanted to get to, because Steve and I have had some pretty shitty jobs that we've talked about over the years. I wanted to hear maybe some of yours.
My jobs start off shitty and get less shitty. So I worked at a fast food place called The Gravy Stain, which was like a carvery, but I was vegetarian. So I had to serve up all this meat and gravy.
The gravy stain.
The gravy stain.
The gravy stain. And then from there, I worked at a nursing home. I worked at a nursing home as a carer for a while. That was fun, but also I feel like that's helped make me who I am today, because it was tough as well. Yeah. Watching a lot of people die would be really sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, comedy. And then from there, I studied youth work, and I moved to Melbourne, where I studied investigative services. And then I was a private investigator and a loss prevention. Yeah. Wow. Yep.
Wait. Okay, so you got to get. Hold on. Oh no, did we lose her? Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh, we lost you for a second.
You guys don't know that much about me. I already know everything about you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Jesus, can't get away with nothing now.
Yeah. So that was my job.
Can you tell us any like interesting stories from that?
Like, what were you investigating?
I have a few. Yeah. One of my first jobs that was pretty funny is I had a job where I was with another investigator. So we were following a guy from his office every day, because his ex, who happened to be a sex worker, thought that he was violating like a restraining order. So we had to follow him every day to make sure that he was just going home or elsewhere, not going anywhere near her. And for some reason, the guy who booked me booked me like it's a job, like it's a gig. But he said to me, all right, well, I'm going to be in my car. You need to be on foot. I'll pick you up and I'm going to drop you out the front of his office. And if he's on foot, you follow him. So he's come out of his office in running gear, jogging gear, and he's just started running. And what am I going to do? I have to fucking run. And at the time I was a smoker. I'm like 20 years old and like maybe 10, 15 kilos heavier than what I should be. And I had to chase this guy. And not just that, you can't just run behind someone. Yeah. You have to wait until they're far enough in the distance that they know you're not running after them. Yeah. So I ended up running and chasing this guy all the way to this train station. Then he got on a train and the guy goes, what number was it? And I told him and he goes, okay, that's cool. He's just going home again. Find your own way home.
What? Like, no, come pick me up.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. So because traffic through the city is obviously bad straight after work, he wanted to go as quickly as he could along this train line to make sure he didn't get off anywhere else. Okay. So it was like, too bad, you're on your own. Yeah. But what he didn't say, the next time I had to do the same thing, because we had to do it for a while, I knew to wear better shoes, not fucking boots like I was the first time. And he said to me, I go, did you know he was going to be jogging? And he goes, yeah.
Oh, fuck
you. What a
giant piece
of shit. He goes, why do you think I said I'd drive? And I was like, yep. So he knew.
Yeah. Did you have to confront any of these people? I'm thinking like that show Cheaters.
Yeah, that's what that's what I think of it all.
You know that
I didn't confront anybody, but we did have to. You have to kind of do like a pretext call or door knock. If you're watching somebody, we got a lot of like work cover kind of situations, so you have to confirm that they've actually been home the whole time that you've been watching them for the day. So you've got to find reasons to call them, get their name, knock on their door. make sure that it's matches the picture.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, have you seen my cat?
No, we have
It's
not.
like ginger, and it's got like this little white tip on the tail. Yeah, that sort of
That's
thing.
fucking weird. Now I'm gonna be super suspicious of anybody who knocks on the door now. Like,
Looking for their
you're
cat.
not the real mailman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Yeah.
You never know why they're there. And
Yeah.
especially because I was so young and a girl, people just wouldn't expect me to be a PI. So it was good.
Yeah.
So everybody has these stories. All the guys. It's another male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
And they all had these stories about where they've been burnt. When you've burnt, that's when you're surveilling somebody and they
Notice you.
notice you, you know.
Yeah.
And some of them have had like their windows smashed, some of them been punched, like all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And one day I was on this job and they said, look, almost everyone on this street has a claim, so like be careful, because you never sit in front of the house you're watching, you far enough away. And I was like, shit, okay, well, I'm going to be cautious. But all of the houses, so it doesn't matter who you're sitting in front of, somebody's going to notice that you've been in the car all day. So so what happened was, the first time ever somebody came to my window, a woman, and she knocked, and I'm like, my heart's fucking pounding, because I'm like, this is it, this is my fucking story, what's going to happen? And I opened the window a bit and she goes, hey, sweetheart, just so you know, my house is just over there. If you want to talk about anything, or if anything's not okay, you come and let me know, okay? She just thought that maybe I was like a battered housewife or whatever.
You were
In my car because I had nowhere to go.
yeah.
I was offered a cup of tea. Everyone else had their windows smashed.
Everyone
I was
gets
offered a
punched in
cup
the
of
face.
tea.
Like,
Yeah, I mean that would be the advantage to working that
Yeah.
job, I guess, as a woman.
Sure.
sounds like a pilot.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Write a show.
Yeah. I've had a lot of people say to me, I should talk about that on stage, because I don't.
Yeah.
But it's hard. You know, when something's really close to you, it's hard to find that funny sometimes.
Yeah.
So it'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll have to do it, because there's so few people who have done that. So
Yeah, it's very interesting, very unique. You should talk about it for sure.
yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap it there. We're at an hour. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
great time.
Anytime we'll maybe we'll schedule another one, or next time you're in the States, we'll get you in the hot garage.
Hopefully not.
I would love to.
hopefully by then we'll
We'll have a
have a
studio.
different place.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But where can the people find you, Simone?
Oh, sure. If you just search Simone Springer Comedy on Facebook or Instagram, you'll find me. I do have a website, simonspringer.com, and that shows all my dates, although for you guys that won't mean anything because they're all over here. But on Twitter, I'm very sassy on Twitter though. So if mum or any friends are watching, don't fucking follow me on Twitter.
Oh, and recently an OnlyFans, right? Is that what?
Oh yeah, I've got an OnlyFans, which came from several requests, and I was like, I'm not doing porn, but when I'm already doing some sexy photos, if people want to pay for just me being semi-nude, that's fine. Yeah, OnlyFans.
Yeah, no shame in the game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Simone Springer. Thank you so much for coming on. We're going to end the broadcast, and then I'll give you a proper farewell, okay? So give me 1 second. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you so much.
That's all right. Thank you.